Level 1. The Spark of Wonder. Curiosity begins in the earliest moments of human consciousness. Imagine a child of Homo sapiens tens of thousands of years ago in the African savanna, noticing the movement of clouds, the glitter of water, or the glint of sunlight on a river. Early humans observed patterns in the environment. When certain plants ripened, animals migrated, or thunderstorms rolled across the plains. These simple observations were not just survival mechanisms, they were the first sparks of wonder. In this nascent curiosity, humans paused to ask questions, to touch, taste, and experiment with their surroundings. From examining stones for cutting edges to observing animal behavior for hunting strategies, the mind started developing the ability to reflect, to notice patterns, and to hypothesize. Life's meaning at this level is the recognition that observation itself generates understanding, and that wonder motivates humans to explore and innovate. Reflection invites viewers to notice the subtle moments of curiosity in their daily life, appreciating how small questions can lead to profound discoveries over time. Level 2. Questions about the world. By the time humans settled into early communities around 10,000 BCE, curiosity began to shape social structures and culture. In the Fertile Crescent, along the banks of the Tigris and Euphrates, humans asked questions about agriculture. Why do some seeds grow while others fail? Why does the river flood at certain times? Early farmers began recording observations, leading to rudimentary calendars and planting cycles. Human curiosity became a collective endeavor, not just an individual trait. Around the same time, in the caves of Lascaux in France, early artists painted animals, perhaps attempting to understand behavior, spiritual significance, or simply to represent the world they saw. These actions show that curiosity is inherently both practical and symbolic. Humans seek understanding, but they also seek meaning, aesthetics, and connection. Reflection invites viewers to consider how their curiosity can extend beyond the practical into the realms of imagination, association, and creativity, setting the stage for profound insight. Level 3. Observing patterns. As societies developed, curiosity shifted from isolated observations to noticing recurring patterns. Ancient Sumerians, around 3000 BCE, began tracking celestial movements, realizing that stars, the moon, and the sun followed predictable courses. Priests and early astronomers in Ur and Babylon observed lunar cycles to predict floods and seasons, blending practical necessity with wonder. This pattern recognition laid the foundation for mathematics, astronomy, and later science. Humans learned to ask, why does this happen again and again? And what connects these events? Life's meaning at this stage expands. Curiosity is the engine of understanding, and pattern recognition becomes a bridge between observation and insight. Reflection encourages viewers to examine patterns in their own lives, from habits and behaviors to the cycles of nature, appreciating that noticing repetition enables humans to anticipate, plan, and create order from apparent chaos. Level 4. Tools of inquiry. Curiosity drives innovation, and innovation begins with tools. In East Africa, early humans crafted stone tools not only for survival, but as experiments in function, shape, and efficiency. In 2600 BCE, Egyptian engineers observed the flow of the Nile and developed shadufs to lift water, enabling irrigation. These tools were extensions of human inquiry, allowing exploration of cause and effect on a larger scale. Similarly, in ancient China, early scholars devised simple mechanisms to track time, such as sundials and water clocks, reflecting a desire to understand and manipulate the environment systematically. Life's meaning emerges in this creative application of curiosity. The human mind is not content with passive observation. It tests, manipulates, and innovates to expand knowledge. Reflection invites viewers to consider how curiosity in daily life can be harnessed practically, turning observation into action and experimentation. Level 5. Storytelling and shared curiosity. Around the world, humans discovered that curiosity is amplified when shared. Oral traditions, myths, and legends allowed people to explore ideas collectively, asking questions about existence, morality, and natural phenomena. In Mesopotamia, scribes recorded the Epic of Gilgamesh, a story reflecting human wonder at life, death, and the mysteries of nature. In Africa, griots preserved knowledge of astronomy, plant medicine, and history through narrative. Storytelling became a laboratory of imagination, enabling humans to simulate experiences, question assumptions, and transmit insight across generations. Life's meaning expands here. Curiosity is not just individual, it is social, ethical, and cultural. Reflection encourages viewers to consider how dialogue, storytelling, and sharing questions with others deepen understanding and connect human minds across time and space. Level 6. Curiosity about the cosmos. As civilizations matured, curiosity turned to the heavens. Ancient Egyptians aligned pyramids with stars, reflecting both spiritual belief and astronomical observation. The Maya in Central America meticulously charted Venus, the Moon, and the Sun, linking celestial cycles to agriculture and ritual. In Greece, thinkers like Thales of Miletus began to ask whether natural phenomena could be explained without recourse to myth, marking the dawn of philosophy and rational inquiry. Life's meaning at this level arises from the urge to understand the vast, mysterious cosmos. Humans are drawn to explore beyond immediate survival, seeking patterns, laws, and principles that govern reality itself. Reflection invites viewers to expand their curiosity to the unknown, appreciating that wonder at the cosmos fuels both science and philosophy. Level 7. Philosophy and fundamental questions. Curiosity evolves into reflection on the nature of existence. In Athens, Socrates wandered the agora, asking questions that unsettled citizens. What is justice? What is virtue? What is a good life? In India, scholars of the Upanishads pondered the nature of self, consciousness, and ultimate reality. Curiosity now becomes meta-curiosity. Humans ask not only about the external world, but about knowledge, thought, and meaning itself. Life's meaning expands as curiosity turns inward, encouraging introspection and critical thinking. Reflection invites viewers to question assumptions, explore ethics, and recognize that asking profound questions is as important as finding answers. Level 8. Curiosity drives science. By the Renaissance, curiosity began shaping systematic investigation. Leonardo da Vinci dissected bodies to understand anatomy, observed birds to study flight, and recorded meticulous notes about physics and engineering. Galileo in 16th century Italy observed celestial bodies through telescopes, challenging assumptions about Earth's place in the universe. Curiosity fuels experimentation, testing, and refinement of understanding. Life's meaning emerges in the deliberate pursuit of knowledge. Inquiry is no longer passive, but active, empirical, and iterative. Reflection encourages viewers to embrace uncertainty, experiment boldly, and see mistakes as pathways to deeper insight. Level 9. Curiosity as ethical exploration. Curiosity also extends to human behavior, society, and morality. In 18th century Europe, philosophers like Immanuel Kant asked how reason and ethics shape action. Confucian scholars in China emphasized observation of social relationships and the cultivation of virtue. Humans recognize that curiosity is not only about the world, but about navigating it wisely and justly. Life's meaning is enriched when exploration encompasses both knowledge and ethical discernment, allowing humans to act responsibly within complex systems. Reflection invites viewers to integrate intellectual curiosity with moral inquiry, understanding that wisdom arises from aligning knowledge, empathy, and action. Level 10. The unending journey. Curiosity is infinite. Humans, from prehistoric times to the present, have pursued understanding in countless domains: biology, astronomy, mathematics, art, and philosophy. The curiosity that once led a child to watch the clouds now fuels space exploration, quantum physics, and digital innovation. Life's meaning at this level is in the pursuit itself, asking questions, exploring possibilities, and embracing uncertainty. Reflection encourages viewers to nurture curiosity continuously, recognizing it as a driving force for growth, connection, and fulfillment. Here, curiosity becomes a lifelong companion, guiding humans toward discovery, creativity, and deeper engagement with the mysteries of life and the universe. Level 11. Curiosity and exploration of nature. Humans' curiosity naturally extended from immediate survival to understanding the wider natural world. In 4000 BCE, in Mesopotamia, farmers meticulously observed rivers, rainfall, and soil composition to optimize agriculture. They recorded observations on clay tablets, detailing which crops thrived under specific conditions, which times were most favorable for planting, and which techniques prevented soil erosion. In ancient Egypt, temple inscriptions detail priests noting star alignments to predict the annual flooding of the Nile, recognizing celestial patterns as deeply connected to agricultural cycles. Across the world, indigenous peoples in Australia observed plant growth cycles, animal migration patterns, and the behavior of celestial bodies, mapping the landscape to survive and thrive. Life's meaning at this level emerges from an integration of curiosity, observation, and application. Humans learn to navigate their environment with intelligence born from persistent questioning and attentive observation. Reflection invites viewers to notice how curiosity about the natural world can expand awareness, deepen understanding, and cultivate respect for the intricacies of life. Level 12. The birth of invention. Curiosity drives humans to experiment with tools and mechanisms. In the Indus Valley, around 2500 BCE, engineers designed intricate drainage systems, demonstrating both practical ingenuity and curiosity about the flow of water. In China, early metallurgists experimented with bronze casting to improve weaponry, cookware, and ritual objects, blending observation with creative application. The ancient Greeks, around 600 BCE, studied levers, pulleys, and catapults, seeking to understand physical principles and expand their influence in war and construction. Human curiosity at this level is inherently iterative. Observation leads to experimentation, which sparks innovation, which in turn fuels deeper inquiry. Life's meaning expands through the recognition that creation and experimentation are themselves forms of understanding. Reflection encourages viewers to explore how practical curiosity, testing, building, refining, reveals patterns, laws, and possibilities that extend beyond immediate necessity. Level 13. Curiosity in story and symbol. As humans developed language and art, curiosity found expression in symbols and narrative. Cave paintings in Lascaux and Altamira illustrate not only observation of animals, but imagination, empathy, and interpretation. Ancient Sumerians inscribed myths such as the Enuma Elish, questioning origins, creation, and the relationship between humans and gods. In Africa, storytelling by griots preserved historical events, societal norms, and wisdom, reflecting the human desire to understand both the visible and the abstract. Curiosity is no longer solely about survival. It now embraces the symbolic, ethical, and imaginative realms. Life's meaning emerges as humans begin to explore the unseen, the hypothetical, and the morally significant. Reflection invites viewers to cultivate curiosity in both storytelling and abstract thinking, understanding that imagination and symbol deepen human insight and ethical comprehension. Level 14. The scientific impulse. Curiosity evolved into systematic inquiry. In ancient Babylon, astronomers charted planetary motions, predicting eclipses and developing the zodiac. Greek philosophers like Anaximander and Pythagoras investigated mathematics, geometry, and cosmology, seeking underlying principles of the universe. In China, scholars during the Han Dynasty recorded observations of eclipses, comet appearances, and solar cycles, emphasizing precise measurement and pattern recognition. Humans now combine observation with reasoning, turning questions into hypotheses, experiments, and theories. Life's meaning at this stage is intertwined with the pursuit of understanding the fundamental principles of existence, bridging sensory experience with intellectual analysis. Reflection encourages viewers to embrace disciplined inquiry, recognizing that systematic curiosity lays the groundwork for progress in all realms of life, from science to ethics. Level 15. Curiosity about self and mind. Around 500 BCE, humans turned their inquisitive gaze inward. In India, the Upanishads explored the nature of consciousness, self, and reality, asking, "Who am I, and what is the essence of being?" In Greece, Socrates roamed the agora, questioning assumptions, morality, and virtue, emphasizing introspection as a path to wisdom. In China, Confucius encouraged reflection on human nature, relationships, and ethical living. Curiosity now moves from the external world to the inner world, contemplating thought, emotion, and awareness itself. Life's meaning deepens as humans recognize that understanding the self is fundamental to understanding the universe and one's place within it. Reflection invites viewers to engage in self-inquiry, observing thought patterns, desires, and motivations with attentive curiosity, realizing that introspection fuels ethical, creative, and conscious living. Level 16. Curiosity and discovery across cultures. Human curiosity is universal, transcending geography, climate, and culture. Polynesian navigators explored the vast Pacific, reading waves, stars, and clouds to voyage across thousands of miles of ocean. Vikings of Scandinavia charted coasts, rivers, and fjords, adapting to harsh climates through ingenious observation and experimentation. In Africa, Nubian astronomers observed lunar and solar cycles, correlating them with agricultural and ritual practices. Curiosity manifests as cultural adaptation, problem-solving, and exploration. Life's meaning emerges from the recognition that curiosity drives collective advancement and cultural exchange, allowing humans to navigate unknown environments, share knowledge, and preserve insight across generations. Reflection encourages viewers to appreciate the diverse ways human curiosity manifests, recognizing that exploration is both personal and communal. Level 17. Curiosity and the natural sciences. By the first millennium BCE, curiosity gave rise to proto-scientific disciplines. Aristotle studied biology, classification, and logic in Greece, documenting thousands of species and observing natural phenomena with remarkable precision. In India, physicians compiled Ayurvedic texts, cataloging medicinal plants, anatomy, and disease treatment. In China, the Zhou dynasty scholars developed methods for measuring rainfall, wind, and seasonal changes, reflecting the integration of empirical observation with practical application. Life's meaning expands as humans realize that understanding natural processes informs survival, health, and societal development. Reflection invites viewers to cultivate detailed observation, recording insights and connecting patterns, seeing curiosity as a powerful tool for mastery over both self and environment. Level 18. Curiosity in philosophy and ethics. Humans extended curiosity to moral and ethical reasoning. Socrates' method of questioning sought clarity and truth, challenging assumptions and conventions. Confucian texts emphasized humaneness, righteousness, and proper conduct, reflecting deliberate thought about the consequences of actions. In ancient Egypt, scribes recorded moral maxims emphasizing justice, honesty, and communal responsibility. Curiosity becomes ethical inquiry. Humans question not only what is, but what should be. Life's meaning is enriched when curiosity guides reflection on how to live well, balancing personal fulfillment with social harmony. Reflection encourages viewers to examine moral dilemmas, ethical principles, and societal norms, fostering insight into actions that cultivate both personal and collective well-being. Level 19. Curiosity and innovation in technology. By the medieval period, curiosity spurred technological ingenuity. In 9th century Baghdad, scholars of the House of Wisdom translated and expanded on Greek, Persian, and Indian texts, innovating in mathematics, optics, and astronomy. In Europe, the 14th century saw the development of mechanical clocks, eyeglasses, and advanced water mills, reflecting observation and problem-solving. In the Americas, the Maya developed complex calendars, architectural techniques, and water management systems. Human curiosity now combines theoretical and practical dimensions, producing innovations that reshape society. Life's meaning expands as humans recognize that curiosity drives progress, enabling solutions to complex problems and transforming daily life. Reflection encourages viewers to observe and experiment, seeing every question as a potential pathway to innovation and improvement. Level 20. A lifelong journey. By this level, curiosity is recognized as an endless pursuit. From ancient children observing clouds to modern scientists mapping galaxies, curiosity fuels exploration, learning, and growth. Historical figures across continents, Galileo, Hypatia, Ibn Sina, Leonardo da Vinci, and countless unsung individuals exemplify lives shaped by persistent inquiry. Life's meaning is found not in final answers, but in the continuous process of asking, exploring, experimenting, and reflecting. Reflection invites viewers to embrace curiosity as a daily practice, nurturing wonder in the natural world, empathy in human interaction, ethical reasoning, and creative expression. Curiosity becomes both compass and companion, guiding humans toward understanding, fulfillment, and connection across time, space, and culture. Level 21. Curiosity and the exploration of the mind. As human consciousness developed, curiosity turned inward, seeking to understand thought, perception, and emotion. In ancient India, around 500 BCE, the Upanishads posed profound questions. What is the self? How does consciousness arise? Meditative practices explored attention, sensation, and the interplay of mind and body, creating the earliest maps of internal experience. In Greece, Socrates walked through Athens, questioning citizens about justice, virtue, and happiness, emphasizing that understanding life requires introspection and inquiry. In China, Confucian and Taoist scholars considered the nature of desire, emotion, and morality, linking self-awareness to ethical living. Life's meaning at this level expands. Curiosity drives the exploration of mental and emotional landscapes, cultivating insight, wisdom, and ethical discernment. Reflection invites viewers to observe their own thoughts and feelings with gentle attention, discovering patterns, assumptions, and possibilities for growth. Level 22. Natural world in depth. Human curiosity continued to probe the natural world with increasing precision. In ancient Babylon, astronomers recorded the positions of planets over decades, discerning cycles and predicting eclipses. In Egypt, temple scribes documented the flooding patterns of the Nile, integrating celestial observation with agricultural planning. Across the Americas, the Inca meticulously tracked solstices, equinoxes, and seasonal changes to guide planting and ritual. Curiosity became a systematic tool for survival, adaptation, and knowledge transfer. Life's meaning deepens as humans learn to see patterns, causal relationships, and interconnectedness in the environment. Reflection encourages viewers to study nature attentively, noting cycles, correlations, and causal links that expand both understanding and appreciation of the living world. Level 23. Ethical inquiry. Curiosity is not only about the external world, it also shapes moral reasoning. In Rome, philosophers like Cicero and Seneca examined virtue, justice, and human conduct, asking how to live well in society. In India, the Dharma Shastras explored laws, ethics, and social responsibility, emphasizing balance, duty, and justice. In Japan, Confucian thought influenced samurai and governance, blending personal conduct with social harmony. Curiosity at this level drives reflection on ethical dilemmas, decisions, and responsibilities. Life's meaning emerges when inquiry informs ethical action, guiding humans to act responsibly within complex social and moral systems. Reflection invites viewers to question assumptions about right and wrong, cultivating moral sensitivity grounded in observation and understanding. Level 24. Curiosity and art. Art became a profound expression of curiosity, blending observation, imagination, and emotional exploration. During the Renaissance, artists such as Michelangelo, Raphael, and Leonardo da Vinci studied anatomy, perspective, and light, seeking to understand and depict reality with precision and beauty. In East Asia, Chinese landscape painters and calligraphers explored nature, philosophy, and human emotion through brushwork, balancing technical skill with aesthetic reflection. In pre-Columbian Mesoamerica, murals, sculptures, and codices preserved knowledge of cosmology, agriculture, and society. Life's meaning at this level is enriched. Curiosity drives creative exploration, expanding perception, imagination, and understanding. Reflection encourages viewers to notice the interplay of observation, expression, and interpretation in their own lives, cultivating aesthetic and cognitive awareness. Level 25. Invention. Human curiosity naturally leads to innovation. In 9th century Baghdad, scholars of the House of Wisdom translated Greek, Persian, and Indian texts, creating advances in mathematics, medicine, and astronomy. In 13th century Europe, mechanical clocks, windmills, and water-lifting devices demonstrated practical problem-solving inspired by observation and experimentation. In Africa, the Mali Empire developed sophisticated architecture, irrigation, and urban planning reflecting both creativity and empirical understanding. Curiosity transforms knowledge into action, producing inventions that shape societies and improve human life. Life's meaning expands as humans recognize the creative power of inquiry and experimentation. Reflection invites viewers to approach problems with observation, imagination, and testing, understanding that innovation is a direct product of sustained curiosity. Level 26. Curiosity and Philosophy. Curiosity leads humans to question the foundations of existence. In ancient Greece, philosophers such as Plato and Aristotle pondered metaphysics, ethics, and politics, seeking to explain not only what exists, but why. In India, Buddhists and Jain thinkers examined impermanence, suffering, and liberation, exploring the nature of reality, self, and consciousness. In China, Taoist philosophers like Laozi and Zhuangzi questioned the natural order, the role of desire, and the principles of effortless action. Life's meaning emerges from reflective inquiry. Curiosity about reality, knowledge, and purpose fosters wisdom, ethical discernment, and philosophical depth. Reflection encourages viewers to explore their own assumptions, beliefs, and values, seeing questioning as a gateway to insight and personal growth. Level 27. Curiosity and Science. Curiosity drives systematic observation and experimentation, laying the foundation for modern science. Galileo, Copernicus, and Kepler revolutionized understanding of the cosmos, challenging assumptions and relying on empirical evidence. In 11th century Persia, scholars like Alhazen studied optics, vision, and light, blending observation with mathematical reasoning. Across the Indian subcontinent, scholars compiled knowledge of medicine, astronomy, and mathematics, emphasizing precise observation and verification. Life's meaning expands as curiosity enables humans to understand underlying principles of reality, harnessing knowledge for practical application, prediction, and innovation. Reflection invites viewers to cultivate methodical observation and experimentation in daily life, appreciating both the rigor and the creative excitement of discovery. Level 28. Exploration of Society. Humans apply curiosity to social structures, governance, and human relationships. In Renaissance Italy, political philosophers like Machiavelli analyzed power dynamics, ethics, and leadership, blending observation with reflective insight. In pre-modern Africa, oral historians preserved genealogies, laws, and cultural norms, using curiosity to maintain cohesion and shared knowledge. In Confucian China, scholars studied rights, hierarchy, and relationships, linking ethical action to societal stability. Life's meaning deepens as humans understand themselves as part of larger social networks, and curiosity fosters insight into collective dynamics, cooperation, and ethical engagement. Reflection encourages viewers to examine social patterns, communication, and ethics, cultivating wisdom for personal and communal life. Level 29. Curiosity about the future. Humans look forward, using curiosity to imagine possibilities and anticipate challenges. Ancient astronomers predicted eclipses and seasonal changes. Early engineers devised irrigation and construction solutions to prevent disaster. Visionaries like Leonardo da Vinci conceptualized flying machines, submarines, and urban planning centuries ahead of their time. Curiosity fuels foresight, creativity, and planning, allowing humans to shape environments, technology, and society proactively. Life's meaning emerges in envisioning the future responsibly, connecting imagination with ethical action. Reflection invites viewers to consider potential outcomes of their decisions, blending curiosity, foresight, and prudence in daily life and long-term goals. Level 30. Curiosity as a lifelong companion. At this stage, curiosity is recognized as a defining human trait that persists throughout life. From prehistoric observations to modern scientific breakthroughs, curiosity drives inquiry, innovation, and reflection. Figures such as Galileo, Ibn Sina, Hypatia, and countless unsung explorers demonstrate the transformative power of sustained wonder. Life's meaning is found in continual exploration, asking questions, observing patterns, experimenting and reflecting. Curiosity becomes both guide and companion, shaping knowledge, creativity, ethical insight, and human progress. Reflection encourages viewers to nurture curiosity daily, seeing each question as an opportunity for growth, connection, and understanding in an endlessly unfolding journey. Level 31. Curiosity and Ancient Exploration. Human curiosity drove early explorers to navigate unknown lands, seas, and climates. Around 2000 BCE, Phoenician sailors navigated the Mediterranean, charting coasts and discovering trade routes, combining observation, intuition, and memory. Polynesian voyagers, using stars, ocean swells, and wind patterns, sailed across thousands of miles of open ocean, settling distant islands with remarkable accuracy. Ancient Egyptians explored Nubia and the Red Sea, mapping geography for trade and resource management. Life's meaning at this stage emerges from the recognition that curiosity propels humans to venture beyond comfort, transforming the unknown into knowledge, maps, and shared wisdom. Reflection invites viewers to notice their own willingness to explore, be it intellectually, socially, or physically, and embrace uncertainty as a gateway to discovery. Level 32. Curiosity in Language and Communication. Curiosity shaped human expression and communication. In Mesopotamia, scribes developed cuneiform to record trade, law, and stories, creating a bridge between thought and permanence. In ancient China, the invention of oracle bone script allowed reflection on divination, governance, and morality. Greek philosophers debated rhetoric, semantics, and logic, exploring how language structures thought and persuades minds. Human curiosity now extends to the meta level, how we express, interpret, and transmit understanding. Life's meaning deepens as humans realize that language not only conveys information, but shapes perception, culture, and collective memory. Reflection encourages viewers to appreciate the subtleties of communication, exploring how curiosity about words, symbols, and narratives fosters clarity, empathy, and connection. Level 33. Curiosity and Mathematical Thinking. Mathematics arose from humans' curiosity about patterns, quantity, and abstraction. Ancient Egyptians used geometry to measure land after the Nile's floods. Babylonians developed numerical systems to track trade, compute interest, and predict celestial events. In India, scholars like Aryabhata explored algebra, zero, and astronomical calculations, while Greek thinkers like Pythagoras examined the harmony of numbers in music, architecture, and the cosmos. Curiosity at this level is analytical. Humans seek to understand structure, relationships, and predictability. Life's meaning emerges from recognizing order and interconnection, allowing navigation, creation, and comprehension of both tangible and abstract realities. Reflection invites viewers to engage with numbers, patterns, and relationships in their own lives, seeing logic and abstraction as tools of understanding and insight. Level 34. Curiosity and Spiritual Inquiry. Humans often use curiosity to explore existential questions and spiritual realms. In India, the Vedas and Upanishads pondered the nature of existence, consciousness, and ultimate reality. In Egypt, priests and scribes interpreted cosmic and seasonal cycles, aligning temples with celestial patterns to reflect divine harmony. Greek philosophers like Epicurus and the Stoics examined pleasure, virtue, and the art of living. Curiosity at this stage is contemplative, bridging tangible experience and intangible understanding. Life's meaning expands as humans seek connection to something greater than themselves, exploring purpose, ethics, and transcendence. Reflection encourages viewers to engage with spiritual curiosity, using observation, meditation, tiniest, and ethical reflection to deepen insight and cultivate inner peace. Level 35. Curiosity and Artistic Innovation. Curiosity fuels artistic expression, blending observation, imagination, and technique. During the Renaissance, Michelangelo studied human anatomy meticulously to create lifelike sculptures. In Japan, ink painters of the Muromachi period explored negative space, balance, and philosophical depth. The Maya and Aztec civilizations combined architecture, astronomy, and ritual in their monumental structures. reflecting observation and imaginative curiosity. Life's meaning emerges as humans translate understanding into creative expression, enriching culture, perception, and shared experience. Reflection invites viewers to explore their own creative impulses, using curiosity to observe, interpret, and express ideas in novel and meaningful ways. Level 36. Curiosity and scientific observation. Observation-driven curiosity leads to systematic scientific inquiry. Ibn al-Haytham, in 11th century Persia, investigated optics and vision, applying experimentation to understand light. Galileo and Kepler in Renaissance Europe relied on meticulous observation to challenge geocentric assumptions. In India, astronomers tracked planetary movements for centuries, integrating observation with calculation. Life's meaning at this level deepens as humans see empirical study as a path to knowledge, harnessing curiosity for predictive, practical, and transformative purposes. Reflection encourages viewers to engage their senses and intellect, observing with patience, noting patterns, and connecting insights into coherent understanding. Level 37. Curiosity and social structures. Human curiosity extends to society, governance, and ethics. Confucian scholars studied rituals, hierarchy, and relationships, aiming for social harmony. In the Islamic Golden Age, philosophers examined law, justice, and governance, integrating rational thought with ethics. Renaissance thinkers in Europe debated civic responsibility, politics, and morality, fostering early ideas of democracy. Curiosity enables understanding of collective behavior, social dynamics, and ethical action. Life's meaning is enriched when humans navigate relationships with insight, empathy, and awareness, informed by persistent observation and reflection. Reflection invites viewers to study their communities, social norms, and interpersonal dynamics, applying curiosity to ethical engagement and societal contribution. Level 38. Curiosity and technological expansion. Technology evolves as a product of curiosity. The development of the printing press in 15th century Europe revolutionized knowledge dissemination, fueled by human desire to share and preserve ideas. In China, innovations in papermaking, navigation, and engineering reflect meticulous observation and experimentation. Curiosity transforms society through tools that extend human capabilities and understanding. Life's meaning emerges as humans recognize that creative application of knowledge expands potential, connects communities, and preserves insight for future generations. Reflection encourages viewers to integrate practical curiosity with imaginative problem-solving, seeing invention as a direct outcome of persistent inquiry. Level 39. Curiosity and cross-cultural knowledge. Human curiosity bridges cultures. Silk Road merchants, scholars, and explorers exchanged ideas, science, religion, and art, enriching civilizations across continents. Arab mathematicians translated Greek texts, Indian numerals, and Persian astronomy, disseminating knowledge widely. European explorers documented new lands, flora, fauna, and societies, feeding both practical and imaginative curiosity. Life's meaning expands as humans recognize shared inquiry as a vehicle for cross-cultural understanding, innovation, and collective progress. Reflection invites viewers to value diverse perspectives, learning from other cultures' curiosity, methods, and insights to broaden personal and societal horizons. Level 40. Curiosity as lifelong transformation. By this stage, curiosity emerges as a central thread in human history and personal development. From early observation of rivers and stars to global exploration, philosophy, and scientific discovery, curiosity shapes thought, action, and culture. Figures from Hypatia in Alexandria to Galileo in Florence illustrate lives transformed by persistent questioning, observation, and reflection. Life's meaning is found in sustained inquiry. Curiosity guides discovery, creativity, ethical action, and connection across generations. Reflection invites viewers to embrace curiosity daily, seeing it as a lifelong companion that shapes understanding, growth, and the human journey toward wisdom. Level 41. Curiosity and the Renaissance of Knowledge. The Renaissance, spanning the 14th to 17th centuries, ignited human curiosity across art, science, and philosophy. In Florence, Leonardo da Vinci dissected corpses to understand anatomy, applied mathematics to painting, and observed nature with unrelenting attention. Michelangelo explored sculpture and architecture, blending technical precision with profound aesthetic vision. In Northern Europe, Albrecht Dürer meticulously studied proportion and perspective, linking geometry and artistry. Curiosity during this period was both methodical and imaginative, bridging observation, experimentation, and expression. Life's meaning at this stage emerges from the recognition that relentless inquiry transforms knowledge into mastery and creativity. Reflection invites viewers to integrate observation, experimentation, and imagination, cultivating a curiosity that enriches both understanding and aesthetic experience. Level 42. Curiosity and Scientific Revolution. The 16th and 17th centuries saw curiosity driving systematic experimentation and theory. Galileo observed Jupiter's moons, challenging entrenched geocentric models. Copernicus proposed heliocentrism, reshaping understanding of the cosmos. Kepler discovered laws of planetary motion, linking mathematics with celestial observation. Across continents, scientists like Ibn al-Nafis studied anatomy and physiology, expanding medical knowledge. Curiosity now embraced both the macrocosm and microcosm, seeking universal principles. Life's meaning deepens as inquiry shifts from passive observation to active experimentation, challenging assumptions and seeking reliable, replicable knowledge. Reflection encourages viewers to question conventional wisdom and engage in deliberate investigation, blending rigor, observation, and imagination. Level 43. Curiosity and the Expansion of Horizons. Curiosity compels humans to explore distant lands and cultures. Between the 15th and 18th centuries, European explorers like Vasco da Gama, Magellan, and Zheng He navigated oceans, charting unknown territories and connecting continents. Indigenous knowledge of flora, navigation, and survival guided exploration, illustrating the interplay of curiosity, skill, and collaboration. These voyages expanded human understanding of geography, biodiversity, and cultural diversity. Life's meaning emerges from recognizing that curiosity fuels exploration, learning, and the synthesis of knowledge across people and places. Reflection invites viewers to consider their own capacity for intellectual and experiential exploration, embracing uncertainty as a source of growth and discovery. Level 44. Curiosity and Technological Innovation. Technological curiosity accelerated during the Industrial Revolution, spanning the 18th and 19th centuries. James Watt refined the steam engine, transforming energy production. Eli Whitney's cotton gin revolutionized agriculture, while the invention of mechanized looms reshaped textile production. Across Asia, innovations in metallurgy, water management, and transportation facilitated societal advancement. Curiosity became a driver of societal transformation, linking observation, experimentation, and practical application. Life's meaning at this stage is intertwined with the recognition that technological inquiry extends human capability, reshapes societies, and solves practical challenges. Reflection encourages viewers to see curiosity as a catalyst for innovation, problem-solving, and meaningful societal contribution. Level 45. Curiosity in Philosophy and Mind. During this period, curiosity turned inward, exploring cognition, consciousness, and ethics. René Descartes examined thought and doubt, famously stating, "Cogito ergo sum," exploring the certainty of self-awareness. David Hume studied perception, causality, and experience, emphasizing observation and reasoning. In India, Vedantic philosophers and yogis deepened meditation practices, mapping consciousness and ethical action. Life's meaning emerges as curiosity becomes self-reflective, fostering understanding of thought, morality, and the human condition. Reflection invites viewers to observe their own mental and emotional patterns, cultivating awareness, insight, and ethical discernment. Level 46. Curiosity and Social Progress. Human curiosity extends to understanding society and governance. Enlightenment thinkers like Montesquieu, Rousseau, and Locke examined laws, social contracts, and civic responsibility. African and Asian scholars studied governance, trade, and justice, contributing perspectives on social organization and collective wisdom. Curiosity fosters critical examination of societal structures, encouraging reform and innovation. Life's meaning deepens as humans recognize that inquiry about society promotes fairness, cooperation, and sustainable progress. Reflection encourages viewers to engage thoughtfully with social systems, questioning assumptions and contributing to collective well-being. Level 47. Curiosity and cultural exchange. Human curiosity drives the exchange of knowledge, ideas, and traditions. Silk Road trade facilitated the spread of mathematics, astronomy, medicine, and art. European, African, and Asian intellectuals translated, adapted, and expanded knowledge, creating rich cross-cultural synthesis. This interplay of curiosity and communication cultivates innovation and understanding. Life's meaning emerges as humans learn that inquiry transcends borders, fostering collaboration, empathy, and collective advancement. Reflection invites viewers to value diverse perspectives, seeking knowledge and inspiration from multiple sources to enrich personal and societal understanding. Level 48. Curiosity and the natural sciences. The 18th and 19th centuries marked an explosion of natural scientific curiosity. Carl Linnaeus developed taxonomies classifying life on Earth. Charles Darwin, through meticulous observation in the Galapagos Islands, formulated evolutionary theory. Geologists mapped landscapes and chemists explored elements and compounds, revealing laws governing matter. Life's meaning expands as curiosity enables humans to decode the structure and dynamics of the natural world, fostering comprehension, adaptation, and innovation. Reflection encourages viewers to study patterns, systems, and principles in nature, cultivating insight and appreciation for interconnected complexity. Level 49. Curiosity and technological advancement. The 19th and 20th centuries saw rapid technological curiosity reshaping society. The telegraph, steamships, and railways transformed communication and commerce. Electricity illuminated cities, revolutionizing daily life. In Japan and Europe, engineering advancements facilitated urbanization, transportation, and industrial growth. Human curiosity became a force multiplying capability and connectivity, reflecting observation, experimentation, and practical application. Life's meaning emerges in recognizing that curiosity drives progress, solving challenges, and enhancing human potential. Reflection encourages viewers to engage creativity and observation in solving practical problems and improving quality of life. Level 50. Curiosity as continuous evolution. By this level, curiosity is an enduring human trait, shaping thought, culture, and civilization. From early observations of rivers and stars to global exploration, scientific revolution, and technological innovation, curiosity defines human progress. Figures like Galileo, Darwin, Marie Curie, and countless others illustrate lives transformed by inquiry, observation, and reflection. Life's meaning is found in sustained curiosity, as a driving force behind learning, creativity, ethical discernment, and human connection. Reflection invites viewers to embrace curiosity as a lifelong companion, cultivating wonder, insight, and understanding across time, culture, and experience. Level 51. The Industrial Age. The 18th and 19th centuries transformed human life on an unprecedented scale. In Britain, James Watt's refinement of the steam engine powered factories, trains, and ships, fueling the Industrial Revolution. Textile mills in Manchester and Birmingham reshaped economies and social structures, linking technological innovation with labor, urbanization, and global trade. Across Europe, inventors developed mechanized looms, water pumps, and mining equipment, demonstrating a blend of engineering skill and practical observation. In the United States, the Erie Canal and transcontinental railroads opened new routes for commerce and communication, connecting communities and fostering expansion. Life's meaning at this stage emerges from recognizing how human ingenuity reconfigures society, enabling productivity, connectivity, and shared advancement. Reflection invites viewers to consider the ripple effects of technological progress, understanding how tools, infrastructure, and innovation shape both daily life and the broader human experience. Level 52. Advances in communication. During the 19th century, the expansion of communication technologies revolutionized human interaction. Samuel Morse's invention of the telegraph in 1837 allowed messages to travel vast distances in minutes, transforming business, governance, and personal correspondence. In Europe, postal systems became more efficient, connecting cities and villages through standardized delivery. Newspapers and journals spread knowledge, ideas, and cultural developments, fostering literacy and informed societies. The first transatlantic cable in 1858 linked continents, illustrating humanity's ambition to overcome natural barriers. Life's meaning emerges from the recognition that communication is not merely transmission of information, but the foundation of connection, collaboration, and cultural growth. Reflection encourages viewers to consider how modern communication builds bridges, shapes understanding, and influences society, cultivating awareness of both opportunity and responsibility. Level 53. Exploration of the natural world. The 19th century saw unprecedented efforts to study and map the Earth. Charles Darwin's voyage on the HMS Beagle revealed patterns in biodiversity that culminated in the theory of evolution. Reshaping the understanding of life itself, Alexander von Humboldt traversed South America, recording climate, geography, and flora with meticulous detail, inspiring scientific methodology and ecological awareness. Explorers in Africa and Asia mapped rivers, mountain ranges, and deserts, collecting knowledge that informed geography, biology, and anthropology. Life's meaning at this stage emerges from the drive to comprehend and categorize the living and physical world, fostering both scientific understanding and ethical reflection on humans' relationship with nature. Reflection invites viewers to consider how observation, recording, and analysis create lasting insight, deepening appreciation for the Earth and its intricate systems. Level 54. Industrial Science and Medicine. Scientific advancements in the 19th century improved human health and understanding of biology. Louis Pasteur's studies of microorganisms led to the germ theory of disease, transforming medicine and public health. Florence Nightingale revolutionized nursing and hospital sanitation during the Crimean War, applying statistical analysis to improve patient outcomes. In Europe and North America, innovations in vaccines, anesthesia, and surgical techniques drastically reduced mortality and expanded lifespans. Life's meaning deepens as humans realize that applied knowledge can preserve life, reduce suffering, and elevate societal well-being. Reflection encourages viewers to recognize the interplay between observation, experimentation, and ethical responsibility in the pursuit of knowledge that directly impacts human lives. Level 55. Social and cultural transformation. Industrialization and technological progress reshaped society. Urbanization created bustling cities like London, Paris, and New York, where diverse populations interacted, traded, and innovated. Education systems expanded, literacy rates increased, and cultural institutions flourished, preserving and disseminating knowledge. In Japan, the Meiji Restoration modernized governance, industry, and education, blending traditional culture with new methodologies. Life's meaning emerges from understanding the reciprocal influence between human progress and social development, recognizing that innovation, culture, and education are intertwined. Reflection encourages viewers to observe how societal structures, technology, and knowledge interact to shape opportunities, values, and collective identity. Level 56. Exploration of the cosmos. Astronomical observation advanced dramatically during the 19th and early 20th centuries. William Herschel and his sister Caroline mapped countless stars, discovering Uranus and analyzing celestial phenomena. Spectroscopy revealed the composition of stars, while telescopic innovations expanded the observable universe. Observatories in India, Europe, and the Americas facilitated collaboration, creating a global network of knowledge. Life's meaning deepens as humans expand their perspective beyond Earth, contemplating vastness, patterns, and cosmic order. Reflection invites viewers to consider how observation and exploration of the universe foster humility, wonder, and insight into humanity's place within an immense and intricate cosmos. Level 57. Philosophical Inquiry and Ethics. The 19th century also saw profound philosophical reflection. Friedrich Nietzsche challenged assumptions about morality, truth, and human purpose, inspiring critical examination of values. John Stuart Mill explored utilitarianism, liberty and governance, linking ethical reasoning to societal structures. In India, thinkers like Swami Vivekananda integrated spiritual and philosophical insight with social reform, advocating self-realization and human dignity. Life's meaning at this level is discovered through ethical inquiry, reflection, and the pursuit of values that balance individual fulfillment with collective responsibility. Reflection encourages viewers to contemplate moral principles, societal norms, and personal conduct, deepening insight and fostering responsible decision-making. Level 58. Technological connectivity. Telecommunication and mechanization connected the world as never before. The telephone, invented by Alexander Graham Bell in 1876, enabled real-time conversation across distances. Railways, steamships, and later automobiles transformed travel, trade, and cultural exchange. Telegraph networks evolved into global communication systems, linking continents and accelerating the flow of information. Life's meaning emerges from understanding how technological connectivity shapes opportunity, empathy, and cooperation. Reflection encourages viewers to appreciate both the power and responsibility of interconnected systems, using observation and insight to navigate complex networks of human activity. Level 59. Curiosity in science and discovery. Advancements in chemistry, physics, and biology in the late 19th century expanded understanding of matter, energy, and life. Dmitri Mendeleev created the periodic table, organizing elements and predicting properties. Marie Curie studied radioactivity, pioneering research that would revolutionize medicine and physics. In India and China, scholars combined traditional knowledge with empirical investigation, preserving wisdom while exploring new methods. Life's meaning emerges as humans integrate observation, analysis, and experimentation to uncover principles governing the natural world. Reflection invites viewers to approach inquiry with both rigor and imagination, recognizing the transformative power of disciplined observation. Level 60. Integration of knowledge. By this stage, the accumulation of scientific, technological, and cultural insight transforms human understanding. Education, exploration, art, and philosophy converge, revealing interconnections across disciplines. From urbanization to medicine, astronomy to ethics, humans recognize patterns that guide action, innovation, and reflection. Life's meaning is found in the integration of knowledge, observation, and imagination, fostering wisdom, creativity, and societal progress. Reflection encourages viewers to synthesize learning from diverse sources, cultivating a holistic perspective that balances curiosity, insight, and ethical action in everyday life. Level 61. Expansion of scientific thought. The late 19th and early 20th centuries witnessed unprecedented growth in scientific knowledge. In Germany, Max Planck's work in quantum theory challenged classical physics, revealing that energy is not continuous but exists in discrete quanta. In England, Charles Darwin's theory of evolution, published decades earlier, began influencing social thought, education, and philosophy, demonstrating how careful observation of nature could revolutionize understanding of life itself. In India, Jagadish Chandra Bose conducted pioneering experiments in plant physiology and wireless communication, bridging biology with technology. Life's meaning at this stage deepens as humans realize that inquiry is both creative and transformative, reshaping not only understanding, but the very way societies perceive their place in the cosmos. Reflection encourages viewers to contemplate the unknown, observe phenomena carefully, and embrace discoveries that challenge conventional wisdom. Understanding that curiosity fuels progress and reshapes reality. Level 62. Exploration of the mind and consciousness. At this level, the focus shifts from external exploration to internal reflection. Sigmund Freud in Vienna introduced psychoanalysis, exploring the unconscious mind, dreams, and repression, highlighting the hidden layers of human thought. Carl Jung expanded these ideas, studying archetypes, symbols, and collective consciousness across cultures, integrating mythology, religion, and psychology. In India, yogis of the early 20th century practiced meditation, pranayama, and mindfulness, documenting techniques to observe thoughts, sensations, and emotions with clarity. Life's meaning emerges through understanding that self-awareness and introspection are as vital as external knowledge, revealing patterns, motivations, and insights that guide ethical and meaningful action. Reflection invites viewers to gently observe their own mental landscapes, noting impulses, ideas, and emotions as part of a broader human narrative. Level 63, Curiosity in Modern Medicine. Medical science advanced rapidly in the 20th century, reshaping health and longevity. Alexander Fleming discovered penicillin in 1928, revolutionizing treatment of bacterial infections. In the United States, Jonas Salk developed the polio vaccine, eradicating widespread suffering. Across Europe, doctors refined surgical techniques, anesthesia, and sterilization, transforming hospitals into centers of safety and learning. Life's meaning at this stage is found in the ethical application of knowledge, combining observation, experimentation, and compassion to preserve life. Reflection encourages viewers to recognize the interconnectedness of scientific discovery, societal welfare, and ethical responsibility, understanding that inquiry has tangible consequences for human well-being. Level 64, Technological Connectivity and Globalization. The 20th century witnessed unprecedented technological connectivity. Radio broadcasts united nations with shared music, news, and stories. Television extended visual communication across continents, fostering empathy and awareness. In the 1960s, the advent of satellites enabled instant global communication, linking continents in a network of knowledge and culture. Life's meaning emerges from recognizing that the expansion of information fosters interconnected societies, facilitating learning, collaboration, and mutual understanding. Reflection invites viewers to consider the ethical use of communication technologies, appreciating their power to inform, connect, and inspire while remaining aware of potential misuse. Level 65, Space Exploration. Human curiosity reached beyond Earth. In 1957, the Soviet Union launched Sputnik, the first artificial satellite, ushering in the space age. Yuri Gagarin became the first human in orbit in 1961, demonstrating humanity's capacity to transcend planetary boundaries. NASA's Apollo missions, culminating in the moon landing in 1969, combined engineering, physics, and global cooperation, showcasing human ingenuity. Life's meaning deepens as humans expand perspective to the cosmos, appreciating both the fragility of life and the vastness of existence. Reflection invites viewers to observe their own ambitions, the scale of human potential, and the interconnectedness of technological, scientific, and cultural achievements in shaping our understanding of the universe. Level 66, Ethical Philosophy in the Modern Era. The 20th century prompted intense philosophical reflection on ethics, governance, and human rights. Albert Camus examined absurdity and the human search for meaning amidst uncertainty. Mahatma Gandhi applied ethical principles to social and political action in India, demonstrating the practical application of moral inquiry. Simone de Beauvoir challenged societal norms and gender roles, fostering philosophical dialogue on freedom, responsibility, and justice. Life's meaning emerges from questioning assumptions, evaluating morality, and acting in accordance with principles that promote equity, dignity, and shared human welfare. Reflection encourages viewers to consider personal responsibility, the impact of ethical choices, and the role of philosophy in guiding action in a complex world. Level 67, Environmental Curiosity and Conservation. Understanding humans' relationship with nature became crucial in the 20th century. John Muir championed preservation of natural landscapes in the United States, advocating national parks. Rachel Carson's Silent Spring exposed ecological damage caused by chemicals, sparking environmental awareness worldwide. In Africa and Asia, conservationists worked to protect wildlife, rivers, and forests, linking observation with advocacy. Life's meaning at this stage arises from recognizing responsibility toward ecosystems, understanding that human survival is intertwined with ecological balance. Reflection invites viewers to observe natural cycles, appreciate biodiversity, and consider ethical stewardship of the planet, cultivating awareness that observation and care are inseparable from progress. Level 68, Scientific Integration and Interdisciplinary Curiosity. By the late 20th century, integration across scientific disciplines became prominent. Physicists, chemists, and biologists collaborated to explore genetics, quantum mechanics, and cosmology. The Human Genome Project mapped DNA sequences, revealing the blueprint of life. Physicists explored particle collisions and fundamental forces, while neuroscientists investigated the biological basis of thought and emotion. Life's meaning expands as humans understand interconnectedness across disciplines, seeing patterns that unify seemingly disparate phenomena. Reflection encourages viewers to embrace holistic observation, integrating knowledge from diverse fields to understand complexity, anticipate consequences, and inspire innovation. Level 69. Exploration of human creativity. Art, literature, and music continued to flourish as a reflection of human curiosity. Pablo Picasso revolutionized visual arts with cubism, challenging perception and representation. Writers such as Gabriel Garcia Marquez explored magical realism, merging imagination with cultural and historical reality. Composers like Igor Stravinsky experimented with rhythm, tonality, and instrumentation, reflecting observation and experimentation in sound. Life's meaning emerges as creative expression embodies observation, reflection, and interpretation, conveying both individual and collective experience. Reflection invites viewers to explore their own creative impulses, recognizing the transformative potential of imagination combined with insight and skill. Level 70. The digital age and beyond. The late 20th and early 21st centuries saw humans harness digital technology to expand curiosity, communication, and knowledge. Computers, the internet, and smartphones created global networks of information, enabling collaboration, education, and innovation. Artificial intelligence and machine learning opened new frontiers in science, medicine, and creativity. Life's meaning at this stage is entwined with the responsible use of technology, expanding knowledge, connecting individuals, and fostering collective progress. Reflection encourages viewers to balance immersion with mindfulness, curiosity with ethical consideration, and exploration with responsibility, understanding that modern tools amplify human potential while demanding thoughtful stewardship. Level 71. Space, Physics, and the Cosmos. In the late 20th and early 21st centuries, humans expanded exploration from Earth into the far reaches of space. The Voyager probes, launched in 1977, traveled beyond the solar system, carrying humanity's messages into the cosmos. The Hubble Space Telescope, orbiting since 1990, revealed galaxies billions of light-years away, reshaping understanding of time, space, and existence. Physicists such as Stephen Hawking explored black holes, relativity, and quantum mechanics, uncovering the astonishing intricacies of the universe. Life's meaning deepens as humans perceive both the immensity of space and the delicate balance sustaining life on Earth. Reflection invites viewers to contemplate their own existence in relation to the universe, observing patterns, cycles, and mysteries that inspire awe, humility, and inquiry. Level 72. Neuroscience and the human mind. Modern neuroscience revealed the complexity of human cognition, emotion, and consciousness. Researchers mapped neural networks, discovering the mechanisms behind memory, decision-making, and perception. Studies of neuroplasticity showed that the brain adapts continuously, forming new connections in response to learning and experience. Across the globe, scientists such as V.S. Ramachandran in India and the United States explored neurological disorders, perception anomalies, and the interface between mind and brain. Life's meaning emerges from understanding that self-awareness and mental flexibility are central to growth, adaptation, and creativity. Reflection encourages viewers to notice thoughts, emotions, and behavioral patterns, appreciating the remarkable capacity of the human brain to learn, adapt, and innovate. Level 73. Global connectivity and cultural synthesis. With the proliferation of the internet and global travel, cultures, knowledge, and traditions intersected as never before. Social media platforms, digital archives, and online education democratized access to information. International collaboration in science, art, and literature fostered cross-pollination of ideas. Nobel laureates from diverse countries worked together to solve global challenges, from climate modeling to medical research. Life's meaning at this stage is found in embracing diversity, observing how interconnectedness enriches understanding and innovation. Reflection invites viewers to explore cultural perspectives, value shared knowledge, and recognize that humanity's curiosity flourishes in collaboration and mutual respect. Level 74. Artificial Intelligence and Computational Curiosity. The emergence of AI and machine learning transformed inquiry, creativity, and problem-solving. Algorithms analyze vast datasets to identify patterns humans cannot easily detect, aiding medicine, climate science, and engineering. AI systems assist in music composition, art generation, and language translation, blending computation with human imagination. Life's meaning expands as humans recognize the potential of technology to augment intelligence while also contemplating ethical, social, and existential implications. Reflection encourages viewers to integrate observation, creativity, and ethical judgment in the use of advanced tools, balancing exploration with responsibility. Level 75. Environmental Awareness and Planetary Stewardship. 21st century humans face the critical challenge of understanding and protecting the environment. Global initiatives track climate change, biodiversity loss, and ocean health. Activists like Greta Thunberg catalyze international awareness, while scientists develop renewable energy, sustainable agriculture, and conservation strategies. Life's meaning deepens as humans recognize their interdependence with Earth's ecosystems, understanding that responsible observation and action can safeguard the future. Reflection invites viewers to examine daily choices, ecological impact, and ethical responsibility, appreciating the profound connection between curiosity, knowledge, and stewardship. Level 76. Exploration of Consciousness and Inner Life. Mindfulness, meditation, and contemplative practices gained global recognition for enhancing self-awareness and well-being. Neuroscientists studied the effects of meditation on brain function, stress, and emotional regulation. Philosophers and spiritual teachers from Tibet, India, and Japan explored the nature of consciousness, impermanence, and inner freedom. Life's meaning emerges as humans integrate external knowledge with inner reflection, observing thoughts, sensations, and emotions with clarity and compassion. Reflection encourages viewers to cultivate mindfulness, curiosity about their inner world, and understanding of the subtle interplay between mind, body, and environment. Level 77. Ethical Challenges of Modern Innovation. Rapid technological, scientific, and social advancements raise complex ethical questions. Genetic engineering, artificial intelligence, and global surveillance systems require careful consideration of morality, human rights, and societal impact. Bioethicists, policymakers, and philosophers debate frameworks to guide responsible development. Life's meaning expands as humans realize that curiosity without ethical grounding can lead to harm, while ethical observation ensures progress aligns with shared human values. Reflection invites viewers to examine principles, anticipate consequences, and make informed, responsible choices in both personal and collective domains. Level 78. Cultural Innovation and Global Creativity. Art, literature, and media evolved in response to global interaction and technological tools. Digital platforms enabled collaborative creation across continents. Writers, filmmakers, and musicians experiment with multimedia storytelling, virtual reality, and interactive experiences. Festivals, exhibitions, and online communities celebrate diverse perspectives, blending tradition with innovation. Life's meaning emerges from observing how creativity expresses human experience, communicates values, and inspires connection. Reflection encourages viewers to engage their own creativity, explore new forms of expression, and appreciate the cultural richness generated by curiosity, collaboration, and experimentation. Level 79. Exploration of Scientific Frontiers. The 21st century brought advances in genomics, particle physics, and space exploration. The Large Hadron Collider in Switzerland probed fundamental particles seeking understanding of the universe's origin. CRISPR technology enabled precise gene editing, opening possibilities for medicine and agriculture. Mars rovers explored planetary surfaces, searching for signs of life and geological history. Life's meaning is found in embracing the unknown, observing natural laws, and pushing boundaries of knowledge. Reflection invites viewers to cultivate perseverance, critical thinking, and humility, recognizing that the pursuit of understanding is ongoing, collaborative, and ever-expanding. Level 80. Integration of knowledge and self. By this stage, humans perceive the integration of external and internal knowledge. Science, philosophy, art, and spirituality converge, revealing patterns in nature, society, and consciousness. Lifelong observation, study, and reflection illuminate principles of ethics, creativity, and meaning. Life's ultimate significance emerges from the recognition that understanding both the external world and inner life fosters wisdom, empathy, and purposeful action. Reflection encourages viewers to synthesize insight, cultivate self-awareness, and engage with the world thoughtfully, embracing curiosity as a lifelong companion guiding learning, growth, and fulfillment. Level 81. Curiosity and global scientific collaboration. In the 21st century, humanity has leveraged curiosity to collaborate across continents. Projects like the International Space Station, involving Russia, the United States, Japan, Europe, and Canada, demonstrate that collective observation and experimentation can achieve feats impossible for isolated nations. Teams of astronauts, engineers, and scientists live and work in orbit, conducting experiments on gravity, biology, and physics that expand understanding of life beyond Earth. In particle physics, CERN's Large Hadron Collider brings together researchers from over 100 countries, investigating the fundamental building blocks of the universe. Life's meaning emerges from observing how cooperation and shared curiosity amplify human potential, bridging cultural and political divides. Reflection encourages viewers to consider how collaboration, communication, and shared inquiry can solve challenges that are global in scope, inspiring a sense of unity, awe, and responsibility. Level 82. Exploration of the human brain and consciousness. Modern neuroscience and cognitive science have transformed understanding of thought, emotion, and consciousness. Research into brain function, conducted by scientists like Antonio Damasio, V.S. Ramachandran, and Elizabeth Phelps, revealed how emotions influence decision-making, memory, and identity. Neuroimaging allows observation of neural activity in real time, mapping areas responsible for language, creativity, and empathy. Meanwhile, contemplative traditions from Tibet, India, and Japan continue to provide insight into awareness, attention, and mental clarity, bridging ancient practices with scientific observation. Life's meaning deepens as humans realize that understanding consciousness is not merely intellectual, but experiential, requiring reflection, mindfulness, and self-observation. Reflection invites viewers to explore their own thought patterns, noticing subtle processes of perception, judgment, and creativity, cultivating insight into the complexity and adaptability of the mind. Level 83. Technological frontiers and artificial intelligence. The rise of artificial intelligence and machine learning represents a new frontier of human curiosity. AI systems now analyze complex data sets in medicine, climate science, and finance, identifying patterns beyond human capacity. In art, music, and literature, AI assists in creation, opening dialogue between human imagination and computational logic. Ethical debates around AI, privacy, and autonomy require careful reflection, reminding humans that technological curiosity must be paired with moral discernment. Life's meaning at this stage emerges from the integration of innovation, ethics, and creativity, illustrating that understanding and shaping new technologies is both a privilege and a responsibility. Reflection encourages viewers to consider how observation, experimentation, and ethical judgment guide the development and application of tools that profoundly influence society. Level 84. Space exploration and cosmic perspective. Curiosity continues to propel humans beyond the confines of Earth. Missions to Mars, including rovers like Curiosity and Perseverance, study planetary geology, climate, and potential signs of past life. Telescopes like the James Webb Space Telescope peer into the earliest moments of the universe, revealing galaxies formed billions of years ago. Astronauts like Chris Hadfield and Peggy Whitson share experiences of life in orbit, inspiring global audiences to consider humanity's place in the cosmos. Life's meaning emerges as humans perceive both the fragility and resilience of life on Earth, fostering humility, awe, and responsibility. Reflection invites viewers to integrate observation of the external universe with introspection, contemplating the scale of existence and the potential for knowledge to expand both understanding and ethical awareness. Level 85. Environmental awareness and planetary responsibility. Global observation of climate change, biodiversity, and ecosystems has prompted urgent reflection and action. Climate scientists like James Hansen and Michael Mann document rising temperatures, melting glaciers, and ecosystem disruption, while conservationists and activists advocate for sustainable energy, reforestation, and wildlife protection. Indigenous communities offer knowledge of ecological balance, land stewardship, and traditional practices that preserve harmony with nature. Life's meaning at this stage is intertwined with responsibility, understanding that the pursuit of knowledge must include protection of the systems sustaining life. Reflection encourages viewers to consider personal and collective impact, cultivating mindfulness, ecological literacy, and the moral imperative to act in harmony with the natural world. Level 86. Human creativity and interdisciplinary innovation. Human imagination thrives at the intersection of art, science, and technology. Architects like Zaha Hadid and Frank Gehry blend engineering with aesthetic vision, creating spaces that challenge perception. Writers, filmmakers, and digital artists experiment with interactive storytelling, virtual reality, and multimedia installations, reflecting observation, experimentation, and imagination. Interdisciplinary innovation fosters breakthroughs in medicine, robotics, and environmental engineering, revealing patterns and solutions that transcend single fields. Life's meaning emerges from the realization that creativity is a vehicle for understanding, problem-solving, and self-expression. Reflection invites viewers to explore how curiosity, skill, and insight can be synthesized to produce work that is both practical and transformative, enriching human experience across domains. Level 87. Philosophy, ethics, and the digital age. The digital era presents new ethical and philosophical challenges. Questions about privacy, digital identity, algorithmic bias, and artificial intelligence demand careful consideration. Philosophers, ethicists, and technologists debate frameworks for moral guidance in a rapidly changing world. Thought leaders like Yuval Noah Harari examine humanity's trajectory, linking technological progress with social, ethical, and existential implications. Life's meaning expands as humans recognize the importance of reflective observation in guiding behavior, decision-making, and societal norms. Reflection encourages viewers to evaluate the intersection of technology, ethics, and consciousness, understanding that informed, thoughtful engagement is essential to shaping a just and sustainable future. Level 88. Exploration of inner life and consciousness expansion. Meditative practices, contemplative inquiry, and mindfulness deepen understanding of human experience. Neuroscientists study the effects of meditation on brain structure, emotional regulation, and cognitive performance. Ancient contemplative traditions from India, Tibet, Japan, and China provide insights into awareness, compassion, and ethical behavior, emphasizing observation of thoughts, emotions, and bodily sensations. Life's meaning emerges as self-reflection and inner exploration complement external inquiry, revealing layers of identity, perception, and intention. Reflection invites viewers to cultivate awareness, patience, and insight, observing the interplay between mind, body, and environment, recognizing that profound understanding begins within and radiates outward. Level 89. Global knowledge networks and cultural integration. The 21st century has seen the rise of global networks for knowledge sharing, connecting scholars, artists, scientists, and citizens. Open access platforms, digital archives, and collaborative research projects allow unprecedented cross-cultural exchange. Examples include the Human Genome Project, international climate initiatives, and multinational arts collaborations. Life's meaning emerges as humans understand that curiosity thrives in communities, where observation, dialogue, and shared learning amplify insight. Reflection encourages viewers to appreciate diversity of thought, cultivate empathy, and contribute to networks of understanding that unite individuals across boundaries of geography, language, and culture, creating a collective pursuit of wisdom. Level 90. Integration of knowledge, ethics, and awareness. By this level, humans synthesize external observation, internal reflection, ethical consideration, and collaborative inquiry. Knowledge from science, art, philosophy, and spiritual practice converges to form a holistic understanding of existence. Ethical reasoning guides the application of discoveries, fostering creativity, innovation, and social responsibility. Life's ultimate meaning is found in harmonizing curiosity, reflection, and ethical action, integrating knowledge of the world with insight into self. Reflection invites viewers to cultivate balance, patience, and mindfulness, embracing a curiosity that is disciplined, compassionate, and oriented toward understanding, growth, and the betterment of society and the planet. Level 91. Human consciousness in the modern era. At the dawn of the 21st century, understanding of human consciousness expanded dramatically. Neuroscientists mapped neural pathways with unprecedented precision, using functional MRI to observe thought, emotion, and memory in real time. Antonio Damasio explored the neurobiological basis of emotion, connecting feeling to decision-making and rationality. In parallel, contemplative traditions from India, Tibet, and Japan gained global recognition, with practices like mindfulness meditation studied scientifically for their effects on attention, stress, and well-being. Life's meaning deepens as humans recognize consciousness as both an emergent biological process and a space for introspection, creativity, and moral deliberation. Reflection encourages viewers to observe the interplay between thought, emotion, and action, realizing that awareness is a tool for insight, empathy, and purposeful living. Level 92. Space exploration and cosmic understanding. Humanity's curiosity extended beyond Earth in profound ways. NASA's Mars rovers, Spirit, Opportunity, Curiosity, and Perseverance explored the red planet, revealing ancient riverbeds, mineral deposits, and potential signs of past life. The Hubble and James Webb Space Telescopes captured galaxies billions of light-years away, offering a window into the universe's origins. Astronomers such as Vera Rubin and Edwin Hubble reshaped understanding of dark matter, galactic expansion, and cosmic structures. Life's meaning emerges as humans perceive the fragility of life and the grandeur of the cosmos, cultivating humility, wonder, and a deeper appreciation for the interconnectedness of all existence. Reflection invites viewers to consider their personal place in the universe, blending curiosity with reverence and ethical awareness. Level 93. Technological evolution and artificial intelligence. The rapid growth of computing and AI has revolutionized inquiry, problem-solving, and creativity. Machine learning algorithms detect patterns in massive datasets, enabling discoveries in medicine, climate modeling, and linguistics. AI systems assist in artistic creation, scientific prediction, and social analysis, challenging traditional concepts of intelligence and creativity. Ethical concerns about automation, privacy, and bias demand thoughtful consideration. Life's meaning expands as humans navigate the intersection of innovation, morality, and responsibility, recognizing that curiosity must be coupled with wisdom. Reflection encourages viewers to balance technological exploration with ethical mindfulness, understanding the profound implications of shaping intelligent systems that influence societies, economies, and individual lives. Level 94. Environmental consciousness and planetary ethics. Global awareness of climate change, biodiversity loss, and ecological degradation underscores humanity's responsibility toward Earth. Activists, scientists, and indigenous communities collaborate to restore ecosystems, advocate sustainable policies, and preserve cultural knowledge of land stewardship. Events such as the 2015 Paris Climate Agreement reflect international commitment to understanding and protecting the planet. Life's meaning emerges as humans perceive interdependence with natural systems, recognizing that observation, ethical reflection, and action are inseparable. Reflection invites viewers to consider how personal choices and collective responsibility shape planetary health, emphasizing that curiosity about the world is inseparable from care for its future. Level 95, interdisciplinary knowledge and global collaboration. The 21st century demonstrates the power of interdisciplinary collaboration. Geneticists, physicists, computer scientists, and artists combine expertise to solve complex problems, from mapping the human genome to modeling climate systems to creating immersive art installations. International research consortia like CERN, the Human Genome Project, and global climate initiatives illustrate how observation, communication, and curiosity intersect to produce insight, unattainable by individuals alone. Life's meaning at this stage is found in recognizing that human potential is amplified through collaboration, shared knowledge, and curiosity tempered with reflection. Reflection encourages viewers to cultivate humility, openness, and appreciation for diverse perspectives, understanding that integration across disciplines deepens both understanding and creativity. Level 96. Exploration of inner life and self-realization. Inner exploration complements external observation. Practices such as meditation, mindfulness, and contemplative inquiry reveal layers of thought, emotion, and perception. Neuroscience confirms that contemplative training enhances attention, emotional regulation, and resilience. Ancient yogic texts from India, Zen teachings from Japan, and Tibetan Buddhist practices provide structured approaches to self-reflection, ethical conduct, and awareness. Life's meaning emerges from observing and understanding oneself with clarity and compassion, recognizing patterns, intentions, and interconnectedness with the environment. Reflection invites viewers to cultivate insight into personal motivations, biases, and potentials, realizing that self-knowledge is essential for ethical action, creativity, and meaningful engagement with the world. Level 97, cultural curiosity and artistic synthesis. Art, literature, and performance reflect and deepen human understanding. Contemporary artists fuse digital technologies with traditional forms, creating works that explore identity, memory, and social commentary. Writers such as Chimamanda Ngozi Adichie and Haruki Murakami explore personal and collective experience, blending history, imagination, and cultural insight. Musicians experiment with electronic composition, global rhythms, and improvisation, illustrating the synthesis of observation, creativity, and cultural exchange. Life's meaning emerges from recognizing the power of human expression to convey insight, inspire empathy, and connect across boundaries. Reflection encourages viewers to explore their own creative impulses, valuing curiosity, skill, and interpretation as vehicles for understanding both self and society. Level 98. Ethical responsibility in a complex world. As knowledge and technological power expand, ethical reflection becomes increasingly vital. Genomic editing, artificial intelligence, climate engineering, and global governance present challenges that require careful judgment. Philosophers, ethicists, and policymakers debate frameworks to guide responsible innovation, ensuring that curiosity and exploration do not harm individuals, communities, or ecosystems. Life's meaning is enriched as humans recognize the inseparability of knowledge, reflection, and moral responsibility. Reflection invites viewers to cultivate awareness of consequences, discernment, and compassion, understanding that ethical observation is essential for sustaining both human flourishing and planetary health. Level 99. Synthesis of knowledge, insight, and action. By this level, humans integrate observation, reflection, creativity, and ethical reasoning into holistic understanding. Scientific discovery, philosophical inquiry, artistic expression, and contemplative practice converge, revealing patterns across disciplines, cultures, and experience. Knowledge becomes actionable wisdom when combined with ethical insight and mindful observation. Life's ultimate meaning emerges from the recognition that observation is not an end, but a foundation for thoughtful action, understanding, and contribution. Reflection encourages viewers to cultivate awareness, empathy, and discernment, applying insight to navigate complexity, foster learning, and enrich both personal and collective life. Level 100. Universal awareness and profound self-realization. At the pinnacle of human curiosity lies the integration of self, society, and cosmos. Observation of external phenomena coupled with inner awareness, leads to profound understanding of interconnection, impermanence, and meaning. Historical exploration, scientific inquiry, creative expression, and contemplative practice converge, revealing the intricate dance of cause, effect, and consciousness. Humans perceive that personal growth, ethical action, and societal contribution are inseparable, and that wisdom arises from continuous observation, reflection, and mindful engagement. Life's ultimate significance is found in the harmonious synthesis of curiosity, insight, and ethical responsibility. Reflection invites viewers to rest in awareness, appreciating the beauty, complexity, and interconnectedness of existence, cultivating a sense of wonder, humility, and fulfillment that resonates deeply and continuously, guiding thought, action, and understanding in every moment.